Stupid Garbage Podcast.
Oh, I like that. And we're off.
Off to the races. Let's talk about Drive, the Ryan Gosling movie. But first, how do you feel about the protests in Hong Kong?
I don't know anything about them.
All right.
Oh,
well,
it's because China's trying to, make them follow the strict rules that China already has, right?
I was joking.
I know.
Let's talk about Drive.
No, sure, but that's right.
Hashtag Hong Kong revolution of our time.
Hashtag we'll get there next time.
Bit wordy for a hashtag, Jess, but here we are.
Hashtag next time.
Little vague.
Hashtag next up on stupidgarbagepodcast.com
Hashtag
/Instagram/YouTube.
Drive the movie.
Yes. So
Drive, as we summarized in the last episode,
get off of me. It's too hot.
Okay, is a 2011 driving movie. I'm thinking of the genre, I guess, action or gritty or whatever.
I would say
it's strange to me that
a crime.
Yeah, it's hard, as you can see, dear reader, hard to kind of pin down. The only constant theme that I think we would agree on, you and I, Jessica, would be it's driving centric.
I wouldn't. Well,
you horse's ass. The movie's called Drive.
I know, but it
You are a horse's ass, often referred to as a mule. I think that you are wrong. Driving is definitely a central theme to it. The movie opens and closes, spoiler alert for Drive, with Ryan Gosling behind the wheel of a car.
That was a huge spoiler.
Yeah, that's why I said spoiler alert.
I know.
Anyway. And so yeah, Ryan Gosling, etc. So what we said last episode, but I guess we have to say again.
We do.
Because we didn't end up reviewing a fucking movie last time.
That was my bad, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. Just a quick side note. If we could just explore the very, very shallow, quick topic of conversation of race relations in the United States in the 21st century. We should be in and out in 5 minutes.
I literally was just gonna be like, okay, they got arrested, yay. Like, it was gonna be like a 10-second thing. And
how
it took
you thought,
47
Jessica,
minutes.
you are a handicapped woman who is a racial/religious minority.
Yeah.
How you thought this topic of conversation wasn't going to be dense.
I'm not a racial minority.
You're Jewish. Not to out you on the pod.
That's not a race.
But you're Jew. Jess, we can't go down this road again. We need to go down the road of reviewing Drive.
We were literally talking about the main, the female lead. I guess I wouldn't call her a lead, but
actress.
Yeah. What's her name? We were going up again. Okay.
Something with an M. Kelly Mulligan.
Catherine.
No, it's not Catherine. It's something else with a K.
I don't know. Anyway, so literally we were talking about this lady. And I said that she has the face of a toddler, and Rob agreed.
Baby first. Carey Mulligan.
Yeah. So, she has the face of a young child. There were a couple of scenes where it zoomed in on her face, and I was like, that's a kid. That's a 5-year-old girl.
Baby girl.
Rob agreed that she has a baby face. And then we did not move on. We just stopped there.
Well, that's all you need to say about the movie, really.
Yeah.
So let's move on.
I can talk about her character all day.
So, well, we got all day. So, I'm paid by the all day. So, yeah, this movie, Ryan Gosling, Oscar Isaac, Carey Mulligan, Ron Perlman, Bryan Cranston, etc. Someone else.
I got one.
So, yeah. So, yeah, this movie...
and the lady from Mad Men.
Yes, the redhead.
Yes.
Yeah. I've never known her name. It's something with a B.
I want to say Jessica, but I don't think so.
No, that's you. So, I understand the confusion. The movie came out in 2011. When I first said to Jess, let's watch Drive, and she went, oh, that's that Scandinavian movie where this random actor has a baby mama.
I thought it was Ryan Gosling.
And I said, no, it's Ryan Gosling. And I've never seen the movie, so I don't really know what it's about. I know he drives a car from the trailer. And I said, no, it's Ryan Gosling's lead. And you went, oh, okay, so it's the Scandinavian movie where Ryan Gosling has a baby mama. And then turns out none of that was true.
What the fuck did I see?
I have no idea. You saw some random movie in your Scandinavian film class.
It might not even...
I suggested...
I don't even know if I took a Scandinavian film class.
Wait a minute. We have to put the kibosh on this for just a minute.
God.
We need to... First of all, you're gonna get teched up. You're gonna get a T. That was a flagrant one. You're gonna get a technical foul. Another one of those, you're gonna get thrown out of the game. So
For what? Not knowing.
You saying I don't know even. Okay, there are a couple of tranches to this. Saying one, going into this movie, I don't know if I've seen it, is kind of fine. I've never in my life looked at the first minute of a movie and gone, oh, I don't know if I've seen this.
Yeah.
I can tell you immediately if I've seen the movie or not.
Well.
Or that I've seen it, and if I haven't, then I haven't seen it.
But I think, like...
So that's problem one, but that's an understandable thing to forget, particularly if you didn't like the movie or it wasn't memorable.
Just getting to a class. I might miss the first minute.
That's fine. I don't relate to it, but I get it. Mm-hmm. Nothing wrong with that. I wouldn't be calling you out. Saying, after having seen the movie, still saying, I don't know if I've actually seen this movie before. That's crazy to me.
No, I have not seen the movie before.
So you are tranche 1.
Did you?
Guilty. No. Tranche 2, not guilty.
Yes, you did.
Tranche 3.
Oh, God.
So, no. So anyway, tranche 1, guilty. Tranche 2, apparently not guilty. Tranche 3, the most egregious of them all, is you telling me you don't even know if you took this supposed class.
Yeah.
Jessica, this would have been 3 months of your life.
Babe, I took a lot of classes. It's all...
Well, A, no, you didn't. B, how do you not remember whether or not you...
I took...
Particularly with something like a Scandinavian film course.
Yeah, I don't
You're not a film major. It would have been, presumably, hopefully, the only film course you took.
That's the thing.
In college.
I'm pretty sure I took multiple film courses.
Why would you have done that?
I took...
Oh, my God.
I think it was just, like, intro to film. Like, I took that, and then I'm pretty sure I took a Holocaust class, I'm pretty sure, and that...
Your whole life is a Holocaust class.
Yes, and I'm pretty sure she made us watch, like, at least 4 movies for that. We watched, like, The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. I think we watched... No, I don't think we watched It's a Wonderful Life. You know what, Rob?
It's a Wonderful Life has nothing to do with the Holocaust. Life is Beautiful.
Yes, thank you. The
By
Italian
Roberto
one.
Benigni.
Yes. Sorry.
You didn't take this class either. I'm going to say right now.
Well, I watched
Did
that
you go
movie
to college?
in Italian class.
Were you just,
school.
when we met, were you just hanging out on campus?
Yeah. Yeah, we had a friend that did that.
You weren't enrolled.
Yeah. Anyway, so I took a Holocaust class, which had a large movie component. I'm pretty sure she, like, made us meet late nights, too. Like, I'm pretty sure we had to come in at night for this fucking class, or the class was just at night. I don't fucking know. Look, I don't know what happened. And, I think there was, like, I definitely took a Scandinavian mythology class, and I definitely took a dystopian class where we watched a lot of movies, too. Like, we would read 1984, and then we would, like,
Lord of the Flies.
No, there was one that had a movie that was, like, in the 80s. It was really, like, campy and stupid. At the end, he, like, gets incinerated or something.
Incinerated?
Yeah, like, he goes into this big machine and never comes out, I'm pretty sure.
That's not... At least I don't know if they even made a film of 1984. I don't think they have. Because they... Well, no, maybe not. They made Animal Farm, I think, into a cartoon, no less, after George Orwell had died. His wife sold the rights to it so she could go on a date with some movie star. Yes. But I think the rest of his estate was prevented from being made into films. Anyway, 1984, the book at least does not end with anyone in an incinerator. Brave New World doesn't...
Maybe it was Brave New World.
Either. Fahrenheit 451 has a lot of fire.
It wasn't Fahrenheit 451. I'm pretty sure we also saw that movie.
I don't think I think at the end of Brave New World, the guy gets shot, but I don't think he's put in an incinerator.
Look, I'm pretty sure it was Brave New World.
All right. You there was like allegedly were the one in the class. What?
There was a scene in a shopping mall in Christmas time. It gave me like a little bit of a Whoville vibe.
Hold on. I'm gonna get it. A scene in a shopping mall at Christmas time. It's not 1984. It's it's on the tip of my tongue.
There were rats.
Scintillating radio.
Wasn't there? There was like rats in a box, and they
that was 1984.
Shit.
Yeah, because he was afraid of rats. That was his biggest fear.
Okay.
You're thinking of the 1996 Arnold Schwarzenegger vehicle, Jingle All the Way.
I knew you were gonna do something bullshit like that.
Fucking got it.
Anyway, so that
was
movie,
dystopian.
or that dystopian class was like half books, half movies.
Yeah.
I've taken a lot of weird classes.
Allegedly.
That were...
I'm going to insist that anytime you talk about any classes you took in college, you say allegedly.
That sounds like a good idea, honestly, just for accountability.
Just liability purposes.
Yeah.
Putting this on the internet and recording
the
it.
film class, I like very distinctly remember like a few
Allegedly.
movies. We saw Do the Right Thing, Om Shanti Om. I think we saw Citizen Kane.
Allegedly.
And then the one of the Tightrope Walker, because I remember
Philippe
why
Petit?
am I watching this?
There have been a few movies. Wait a minute. Hold on. Which class was this?
Intro to Film.
Oh, Intro to Film. I thought you were still talking about the dystopia.
No,
you lost me. I faded out for a minute.
Those four...
I don't know how that's dystopian. Yeah, Philippe Petit. There have been a
Yeah.
few movies. Tightrope Between the No, that's Zach Galifianakis. Between Two Twin Towers. There have been a few movies though about Philippe Petit and his walk between the World Trade Center. He was the tightrope walker.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I watched the movie.
Yeah, allegedly.
So yeah, there were a bunch. There are probably like a ton more that I would like now. I just like in college was just like, no, homework. Bleh. So I don't have time for this. I can keep going. Do you want me to?
Yeah, please. I would love if you would do a one-woman show reenacting.
It's 9 p.m. I want to be home. It's winter. I literally, dear reader, I was very sick at this time. Also, I brought a fucking pillow with me. Like I walked to class, like the 15 minutes it took to walk to class, with a pillow and a blanket because it got really cold and my butt was like too skinny to sit on the chairs for 2 hours. So like I was literally I was a fucking mess for this class. I think that's probably also why I can't remember any of it. So it was, and I'd like come with my snacks and it was just...
Okay,
oh
when
my
you
God.
say you were in a Holocaust film class, are you sure you were not in a film class while a Holocaust survivor? Because it sounds like you were being kept in one of the camps.
Oh my God, it was so bad. Like...
Were you in Dachau?
Because we also, like, again, we had class. I don't know why I say again so much, as if I'd already made the point that I'm about to make. Anyway, it's a pet peeve of mine that I have. But...
It's a particular spoken quirk of mine that you have taken from
Oh,
me.
is it really?
Yeah.
No.
I normally do it when I'm
You do it.
summarizing and
Exactly.
repeating
And
a point.
Yeah, and
you just do it.
I use it incorrectly.
You've just picked, he says again a lot. I should do that.
I say again
Instead
for
of
no
appreciating the
reason.
context of when I try to say it.
I used to have a coworker that would say essentially
Allegedly.
constantly.
Allegedly.
And so I would always just be like, yeah, so essentially this is in this and this and this. And it got really annoying and I stopped myself. I was like, I don't want to be this guy. But with you, I just can't turn it off. I'm going to try because I keep saying again as if I've already addressed something that I haven't and it just doesn't
make any sense.
Yes.
Yeah. To be fair, in all fairness,
which is the thing I say.
not for nothing, to cover all our bases, just to be safe, etc. You kind of tell your stories and talk conversationally like Memento, like a Tarantino movie, without any sort of chronological thread.
That's true. I've already been to my point and I'm circling back in my head, even though...
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're you're a
helps.
being that exists outside of linear time, like those aliens in Arrival.
I really appreciate you saying that, except for the fact that you also say that about, like, crazy people that we meet that you don't like, so it kind of hurts my feelings a little bit.
One specific person.
I'm pretty sure you've said it about two or
One
three.
specific person.
Okay, well, that person, as much as I love them, I know that you think that they're a little...
Love is a strong, strong word.
I have very warm feelings towards them.
Fine, better. Go
and
ahead.
you...
Back to your point.
Okay. Do you want to review Drive or what?
Sure.
Instead of...
Finish the point you're making.
What was I talking about? Oh, it was... I don't know. I was kind of like half there for that entire movie thing, and I would have liked it better had I been present, probably. But something like Om Shanti Om, I really, really liked even then. So, like, I very much remember being like, what a kick-ass fucking movie that was.
It's a Bollywood movie, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's the first Bollywood movie I've ever seen, and I think it was like 3 hours long. And I was like, this is it. I haven't watched it since. Like, it's in my head now that...
We went to an Indian restaurant, as we do
Yes!
from time to time. We went to an Indian restaurant that we'd never been to before, and they, as most Indian restaurants do, had a Bollywood movie playing on a large flat screen television hanging above, the countertop or whatever at the back of the restaurant. And we were just sitting down, Jessica and I, eating our appetizers, and you couldn't even hear the movie because I don't think there was even sound on it, as again is often the case. You turned to look at it, Jess, and you went, "I think that's Om Shanti Om." I went, "What the fuck are you talking about?" I, having been to India, had no fucking clue what you were talking about. You went, "Yeah, that's Om Shanti Om." It's the first time I had ever heard that you had seen this movie. This wasn't that long ago. This was 6 months ago. 5 years into our relationship, you were just casually bring up the fact that you are maybe a Bollywood connoisseur. I don't know. I don't know how popular Om Shanti Om is.
I think it was just the colors were so vivid, and it was such like a fantastical land that they brought me to, and I never wanted to leave. I want to go back. We should watch Om Shanti Om.
I want to go back to watching Om Shanti Om.
Well, I want to be taken back to that land. Like, that's why I love rewatching old shows too. It's like they create a world for you that you get to live in for that time, and I like to live there for a minute.
You sound like I think you would like Dragon Tales.
I love Dragon Tales.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm a genius. Let's review Dragon Tales.
Okay, let's fucking drive. 16 minutes on this bullshit. Okay. So, yeah. Do you want me to start talking about the woman, or do you want to talk about other things?
Babe, wherever you want to start.
Okay, so basically this movie... Okay, actually I'm gonna start at the beginning.
At the start of the very beginning.
So...
A very good place to start.
Aw.
When we read, we begin with... ABC,
my
Jessica.
Favorite part.
Oh my god. What?
I don't know, it rhymed.
When we read, we begin with "This is my favorite part." That rhymes?
You said...
Start at the very beginning. It's a very good place to start.
Yeah.
When we read, we begin with "This is my favorite part." Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. ABC is what you begin with. When you sing, you begin with...
Do-re-mi. I need
Thank you.
to
Good
review
God.
drive, please.
Go ahead.
Okay, you
Julie Andrews.
look like a melted doll, and it's horrifying. To put it into context, dear reader, Rob's head is between his
I'm
hands.
just holding the sides of my face.
But you're pushing your eyelids down.
Jessica,
and it's just horrifying.
the things you say are so impossible to respond to. They're just...
Okay.
Go ahead, talk about Drive. Ryan Gosling.
So it starts... I don't know how to review this movie without serious spoilers, but here we go. So basically it starts with mostly a lot of plot points that are being told to us. You start off with this guy that's really good at driving. He is a stuntman. He works for a boss. He also drives getaway cars for criminals on the side, which his boss also knows about and helps him with.
Are we doing a plot summary?
What?
Are we doing a plot summary?
Isn't that what you initially said you wanted to do?
No, I've said 1,000 times I don't want to do that.
I forget which thing you said you wanted to do, so I'm just gonna... Okay, anyway. Basically, it gives us a bunch of plot points, and it, tells us what's happening, and it's kind of oh, this is what the characters are doing. In a 10 or 15-minute period, a bunch of stuff happens, but also, you don't really get to know Ryan Gosling. You don't really get to know any of the characters or any of their backstories. It's kind of just, and nothing really happens. They just talk about what's going to happen the rest of the movie, which, to be fair, spoiler alert, this big crime that goes wrong ends up happening, and that becomes the meat of the movie. So it's kind of none of that other previous stuff matters, but I thought that it was very obvious that what? Why are you looking at me like this? Okay.
Just go ahead.
It to me felt very obvious that the crime it felt very disjointed, and then once the crime happened, I was no offense, but I don't really care about this crime. So to me, I was just ugh. It just was annoying, and I was but I want to know what's going to happen in that race. Is he going to win? What's going on? So I kind of almost wanted this movie to be about something that it wasn't. So that was kind of annoying, and I was we're focusing on a crime that frankly I don't care about because the characters involved are not characters I care about. So it didn't really... You seem you don't like what I'm saying, so I'm going to let you talk.
That turned mostly into plot summary, but...
I apologize, I didn't mean to do that.
It's fine. It's fine. So yeah, this movie, Oscar Isaac was in it, had something weird with his front teeth. I don't know if that's just what his teeth looked like, and then he got them fixed in 2012 maybe.
I didn't notice that at all.
Sometime around there. Yeah, or if they gave him prosthetic teeth or whatever, fake teeth. I guess they're not really prosthetic. Whatever, doesn't fucking matter. But Yeah, I don't know if that was a choice or if that was just his face. I don't know. It was peculiar. Yeah, it was very hard for me to take any of this movie seriously.
Weird.
With that. No, I'm kidding. But
Oh.
that you've heard my Pixar problem.
Yeah.
So it's similar to that, wherein I can't pay attention to
weird?
Pixar.
Like,
They were weird.
Oh, okay.
It didn't
I thought
so
you
much.
made that entire thing up.
No. The teeth were weird, and a couple times I went, "Oh, that's."
You should have said something because I didn't notice it.
No, I didn't want to take you out of the movie because you
Sure.
are also very nitpicky.
Rude.
It's not an insult.
Okay.
There we go.
Stop staring.
I'll play the quiet game. I'll win every time.
He just stopped talking and just
They know.
stared at me.
They know.
But we were making very intense eye contact, and I was like, "Is he mad at me? What's happening?" Okay, he's doing it again. I don't like it.
So Oscar Isaac, Ryan Gosling, hi sweetheart.
Hello.
Yeah, I thought this movie, the first hour 40 minutes or so. It's not that long. It might not even be an hour 40
an hour
minutes.
and 40 minutes. Yeah, it's like an hour 38.
Yeah, not long movie.
Yeah.
The first half of it, 40, 45, 50, 51
I thought
perhaps.
you were saying the first hour and 48 minutes. I was like, what?
The first 2.5 hours of this hour and 40-minute movie. Again, see how I do it? Jessica does not experience time in a linear manner, so she's not very good at putting things into minutes and hours.
Anyway, the first half.
And her was super slow and boring and nothing really happening.
It's really funny because I said the exact opposite of that.
Yeah, well, you're probably thinking of the second half of the movie.
I was like, too much was happening too quickly. I couldn't keep up.
2 things happened. There were 11 lines of dialogue in 50 minutes.
Again, I don't know how to explain my point without doing like, a
Again.
plot summary. Oh, fine.
Again,
Well, again, 'cause I'm referencing the fact that I was talking. I was doing a plot summary.
Here's a new point for you. First time I'm ever saying these words.
Circling back to when we were talking about it, I don't know how to address my point and defend myself without bringing up like a plot summary.
Well, too bad. So,
Okay.
yeah, the first half of the movie, in spite of the stupid things Jessica insists on saying, ruining my goddamn podcast. First half of the movie was slow, and all this stuff happening was pretty non-consequential. You know, we see Ryan Gosling, as you mentioned, being a stuntman, blah, blah, blah. But it started fast and then just was super slow. Unlike these cars that he drives, you know, which I thought interesting. They made a movie about fast cars and the movie's slow. I wonder what that means. But then, sure enough, 0 to 60 in 3.5, this movie got real fucking intense.
Yeah.
Real fucking fast. Almost in the blink of an eye.
Magical.
I don't know if it was magical. It was just the way the movie was made. But yeah, it got really intense really fast and then stayed super intense for the rest of the 45 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
And also got really dark.
Yeah.
On Netflix, where you can watch it, it says the categories are gritty, and then one of them is slow burn. I would definitely agree that it is a slow burn. Mm-hmm. Ryan Gosling was... I'm gonna say he had 25 lines in this movie.
It's funny because I feel the complete... Well, I mean, I did really like the second half of the movie, but I did feel like the first half went by fast enough for me.
Okay, well...
Like, it was almost like I was just like, we're moving, and then everything was completely halted by this event. Like, I felt almost the opposite. Brakes?
Yes, on. There you go.
I don't know what was that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Talking drive,
Like-
Jessica. Trying to keep an automotive theme to this episode.
Yeah, to me, it felt like we stopped short at that event, and then it felt almost very slow for a lot of the rest of the movie.
Yeah, going under the speed limit. Almost like you threw it in reverse.
Yeah, almost like I have the
Back
reverse...
down to second gear. Well, no one told you life was gonna be this way.
Stop it. I'm on the highway to hell.
That's different.
Ugh.
That's not what I'm doing right now.
Anyway.
That's not what we're talking about.
Okay, stop it. Stop being mean to me.
I'm not being mean to you. I'm just saying that's not what we're doing.
Anyway, did you feel like him being a stunt driver was, like, necessary at all? Like, I felt like that literally had one piece of relevance. It was so useless to me.
No, well, so I thought for the way him being a good driver was necessary for pretty much the entire movie.
Yes.
Throughout, it came over and over again came back as a theme, as something that he used, as something that mattered. Him being a stunt driver, I think, was just a means
like
to...
credibility?
Yeah, explain how he or why he was good at driving without having to give him significant backstory.
Okay.
And we did see him do a stunt.
I know, but they could have just said he was I don't know.
The movie was pretty short, so I don't think they were probably looking to cut much out.
I guess I didn't need... Yeah, I guess. Again, you're right. The movie could have been a lot longer if they'd given him more than 25 lines. He was almost like very annoying, and I found it hard to like him because he didn't really speak.
Yeah, I kind of found that too a little bit. I think he was supposed to be a, strong, silent type.
Yeah.
And he, when the going gets tough, the tough get going, this dude was really fucking handling business and was intimidating, just kind of wordlessly staring you down like Clint Eastwood. But the way he ended up actually being portrayed in the movie just more made him seem like he had autism. He was nonverbal.
Yeah. He also was not intimidating at all.
No.
I didn't find it. That scene in the
Ryan
diner,
Gosling.
basically, like, this random man comes up to him and basically offers him, like, a getaway driving job, and he's just like, hey, man, like, you did a job for us. I'm ready to do another one. And Ryan Gosling just looks at him and he goes, how about you shut the fuck up, or I'm gonna, like, jam your teeth so far back into your throat.
Kick your teeth into your throat.
So that you can't say anything anymore.
Yeah, shut your mouth for you, pal.
So he basically just says that, which first of all was way too aggressive too quickly, especially for like a previous client. And then he just stares at him, and then the camera does not pan to the guy's reaction, and then it makes you wait for like 3 to 5 seconds, and then the guy just goes, "Okay, it was good seeing you," or whatever.
There were a lot of very slow beats. Ah!
It wasn't even that it was slow. It was just like that wasn't intimidating at all. He just goes,
No.
"Hey, shut the fuck up," and then the guy goes, "Oh, okay," and runs away. Like he wasn't being scary. He was just rude.
You're right. It was strange, but also in reference to that scene.
Yeah.
And other scenes, there were a lot of slow beats. There were some weird moments where Ryan Gosling and Carey Mulligan, whatever, Kathy Muldoon looked at each other with one of them said something, or maybe nothing at all, and they would look at each other kind of seeming like they were waiting for the other to talk or say something or make a move, and they would just stare at each other for making cutesy little, flirty eyes like they were 7th graders.
Yeah.
For 20 seconds.
To me, that's...
And then nothing came of it, and then the scene ended, or, then Ryan Gosling went back to his apartment. There were so many beats like that, wherein that probably added 5 minutes to the movie, where there were just wordless, not poignant silences to underscore a significant moment, or to just weird cinematic choices.
Yep. I think...
slowed the movie down.
I think they were trying to do what you were saying, where they were trying to have like just literally them making cute eyes at each other, and it was, I think, trying to show that they were like creating and building a bond with each other. But
those moments were too long, and most people...
It wasn't convincing.
You're right. You can more readily convince me that these people are building a bond by having them say words to each other.
Sure.
Or having at least one of them say something to the other. Have Carey Mulligan talk a lot.
Or like a touch, where it's like they look at each other and then they hold hands. It's like, okay, cool.
By God, I still don't even know if they had sex.
I'm going to say no. They couldn't They kissed once. I don't think they had sex ever.
Spoiler alert, dear reader.
Sorry.
Ryan Gosling... No, I think that was my fault. Ryan Gosling doesn't have sex in this movie, so... Go watch Blue Valentine if you want to see Ryan Gosling fuck someone.
So, yeah.
Or The Notebook.
Let's tackle that lady situation. So that whole relationship too, like, this woman was literally like, they had met a couple of times. They're neighbors. He has
or Crazy Stupid Love. He fucks a lot of people in that movie. Go ahead.
Crazy Stupid.
Him
Wasn't
and
that
Emma
with
Stone
Steve
and Steve
Carell?
Carell, yeah.
I thought he just has a relationship with Emma Stone.
No, he starts the movie as a Lothario. And that's why Steve Carell seeks his help, because he's a ladies' man. A Don Juan.
Like a Hitch kind of situation?
No. Well, he does act kind of Hitch-esque towards... That's kind of his role in the movie. But no, a Lothario means a ladies' man. Coxman, a poon
No, but
slayer.
when you said that Steve Carell asked for his help, I assumed it was like a Hitch situation.
Yeah, if memory serves, having seen this movie precisely one time, he sees him in a clothing store or something, and he asks for his help, but maybe that's not right. But Steve Carell, after being separated from his wife, I think asks Ryan Gosling on advice how to win other women's affection or maybe win his wife back. I don't remember.
Okay.
Ends up, spoiler alert for Crazy Stupid Love, ends up winning his wife back. Or maybe yeah, it's not a spoiler alert because maybe that's not right. That might not happen.
Have you seen Blue Valentine?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
It was okay.
Every time I watch the trailer, I want to vomit. It looks so bad.
If you didn't like the trailer, you're probably not going to be. It's pretty accurate.
It looks so boring.
Yeah, no, it's not an exciting movie.
Ugh.
What was that other one with Steve Carell and Ryan Gosling? They've been in another movie. The Big Short, thank you.
Oh, yeah, we saw that.
Yeah. I'm jacked. Jacked to the tits!
Ow.
Sorry.
You have such a piercing voice sometimes. It hurts my head.
To the tits.
Anyway, that's how loud you should have said it.
Jacked to the tits. To the tits.
Anyway.
I'm jacked to the tits. Can you feel it? No. There we go. And scene.
Anyway, they met. They met, 2 or 3 times. This woman has a son that Ryan Gosling, carried home sleeping. What? What? Are you trying to make me stop saying life?
No, just saying.
Okay. She had a son that Ryan Gosling held and, carried home while he was sleeping, which I thought was a weird time to, first meet someone. You don't touch their kid. It was weird. And anyway, she literally was just a pawn so that when the mobsters or whatever come after Ryan Gosling, he had something to lose.
Yeah.
She had almost no part of this movie. She also had no lines whatsoever.
I would think Ryan Gosling or maybe Ron Perlman had the most lines in this movie, and I wouldn't be surprised to learn that none of them had more than 40.
It was crazy.
No one talked in this movie.
And
Ron Perlman and Bryan Cranston did, but they were in 4 scenes.
But the first half of this movie was supposed to be the love story that creates Ryan Gosling.
For
because the
plot of this movie.
Yes, because if there wasn't a girl back home that could get hurt, Ryan Gosling would have just ran or wouldn't have been afraid to fight people or whatever. So you're right; it's literally the entire plot of the film.
Wouldn't have done the job in the first place since we're talking about the plot of the movie.
Exactly.
So doing plot summary.
Stop. Then you lead the conversation and tell me what I'm allowed to talk about.
You can talk.
Just complain.
Man, I can't give you lines. I say don't talk about the plot of the movie in a way that gives it away. And then every time I remind you that you're doing that, you yell at me.
Okay, I'll try to be better. So, I felt that the relationship that they were trying to build was bad, shallow. She should not have been in the movie. I didn't appreciate that. Good?
That's fine.
Okay.
And I kind of agree. I don't...
Yeah.
Not only did I not find their relationship particularly compelling, or even if they didn't have a relationship, really. They were, I guess, friends, but...
Yes.
The response that Ryan Gosling had to her being, I think, allegedly threatened was very disproportionate. But that might just be because he was a crazy person. That, too, was very...
Yeah, it seemed like he had no
Again,
friends.
with this whole strong, silent type thing... You have to show or you have to tell. You can't do neither. So it was very strange. I still don't know, having seen this movie now, if he was just a really principled guy who is defending his, I guess, love interest, sort of, or defending a kid or whatever.
It might just be that they were friends and he liked the kid.
Sure, that could be it too. But I'm saying I don't know if he was just defending his friends or if he was just a fucking crazy guy who snapped. And he started doing this because he thought, yeah, I have to help these people. But then he went as far as he did because he's a fucking maniac.
Ooh, I didn't get that at all. That did not even... To me, it was that he was 100% in love with this woman and didn't want her to get hurt. And he also, for some reason, really got attached to that kid even though they really didn't talk.
Yeah, well...
He was really good with the kid, I guess. And the kid had a deadbeat dad. So I think he wanted the kid to stay... I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. This movie...
He was kind of a maniac, though, which, again...
was a slow burn.
It was, and also... Sorry, I'm trying to, not say plot things. So I'm
go ahead. We've already kind of torn it apart at this point.
She she ends up finding out that he's involved in all of this, and she immediately, like, leaves him.
Yeah.
And she gets scared and she runs away. But, like, what were you expecting to happen? What?
But then comes back. But,
She does come back?
What do you... yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
whatever. I didn't even notice.
Well, that's how the... Again, spoiler alert, because I've already said this specifically. That's how the movie ends.
With her?
She goes to his door and knocks on it.
What?
Oh, Jessica.
No, it ended with him driving in a car.
He's driving in a car, and then the scene changes. The
I
shot
did not see that.
cuts to her going and knocking on his apartment door.
Was he home?
No, he was in the car.
Oh.
Point being, she
So did
wanted
they get
to see
together?
him.
Where is he going?
Bitch, no. Oh my god. Did you watch this movie?
I didn't like this movie.
Fair enough.
Now that I'm, like, learning all the details about it, I'm liking it less.
Learning all the details about it, just like you, dear reader, through listening to this podcast instead of watching the actual movie, which we also did.
I'm confused.
So, as I was saying, not only did I not find their specific relationship particularly compelling or interesting or convincing or romantic, etc., and so on, I also, and so forth, did not... Thank you, Jessica. I did not think that she... I'm still confused.
About what?
As to all the hand sex stuff you're doing with
Oh.
my hands. This is like alien hand sex. You can't put 3 and 3 together like this. Good lord. What is this? Supposed to be an orgy? Is this a gay orgy?
I don't know. This is bad radio.
This is bad behavior, is what this is. So
I'm just
I'm
moving
I'm gonna send you to military school. That should shape you up or ship you out, or both. So yeah, I not only did I find the relationship blah blah blah, I also didn't find her character interesting, regardless of whether or not she was having sex with Ryan Gosling
I'm telling you,
or
she
Oscar Isaac.
She didn't speak, really. She didn't
speak or do anything.
Yeah.
Nothing happened.
All she did was invite her fucking...
Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
All she did.
All she did...
Save the giblets.
This lady
Julia
basically
Child.
meets Ryan Gosling, and then she's like, by the way, I have a husband in prison. And then he leaves prison.
I'm sorry, what did she say?
I have a husband in prison. And then
We might have watched different movies.
that husband leaves prison like less than a minute later in the movie, and then comes back, and she's like, I'm going to invite my fuckboy boy toy over to my house to have dinner with my son and my husband. What a weird... And no one addresses that. No one's like, this is wrong.
No one addresses it.
Like...
Someone should have come into the shot and said, hey, viewer, you're probably a little confused. Like an after-school special.
But seriously...
We've had fun here.
That's what this movie made me feel like.
But let's get real and down to business. Let's rap for a minute.
Someone should
My
have...
name is Rob, and I'm here to say that I came to get down in a different way. Bing, bong. Now sing along.
Stop.
Okay.
Someone should have, like... I don't know, like, the husband should have been like, oh, I see the way you guys are looking at each other. Uh-oh. Or...
And also, don't
Ryan-
smoke cigarettes, kids.
Or Ryan Gosling could have been like, oh, she and her husband still love each other. I shouldn't be trying to pork her. That's what you always say. I shouldn't...
Yeah, but you can't say it. You're a
Okay,
lady.
you're right.
That's inappropriate.
I shouldn't
Jessica,
be
it's
trying to fuck.
1956.
Okay, you're right. I shouldn't be trying to fuck her because she has a husband
That's much
and a
better.
son. So I feel like if that scene had led to a conclusion of some sort, I would have been like, okay, that was weird, but it was their way of trying to make this happen. But it didn't. It was just like a fun dinner, and then they all went home.
What would you have preferred?
I literally...
No, I
already
mean
said.
specifically, what would you have preferred?
If the
You just gave 3 or 4 scenarios. Which one of them would you have
if the
preferred?
husband was like, oh shit, they're fucking behind my back, and then got mad or something, instead of that weird scene in the hallway where he does that.
But then...
Because that was one of the ones that you were talking about where it was so slow and weird, and he just
Yeah.
stares.
A lot
And
of
then-
weird... It's not even building suspense. It's just
Yes.
slow. Because there's no stakes to it yet. What you have to do
Yes.
if you want to build suspense is you have to introduce the stakes, and then the person watching knows that it's a suspenseful moment, and that if something doesn't happen in a certain time frame, something bad will happen, or something won't.
Yeah.
The kid won't get the cancer treatment, or the rocket won't land. But you
Yeah.
can't just say, like, oh, things are really slow, so maybe something will... No, man, it's not a tense situation.
Yeah.
They're just eating dinner. I
I don't care if Oscar Isaac dies. I don't care if Ryan Gosling gets the boot. Like, I don't give a shit what happens.
Gets the boot?
That means fired, doesn't it? That's not the right thing.
That's fine.
Like, I don't care. I was gonna say, I don't care if Ryan Gosling dies, but I do. Like, I did care a little bit. But, like, if this woman who was just leading Ryan Gosling on while she had a husband who she knew was gonna, like, I expected when the husband came out from jail, I expected her to be like, okay, bye. I don't want to be with you. I found Ryan Gosling, but she didn't.
I don't want to be with you. Darius Rucker, Hootie and the Blowfish. Song that he wrote about a Bob Dylan song and then got sued for it. Lost a lot of money. I think he lost more money than the song made. I think that was kind of the point. Which tends to be the point with trademark suits. You know, you don't want to just say, oh, you made $10 million off this song. You have to pay $10 million because then people would always do it. You know, because either you don't get caught or you do and you don't make any money. You have to have punitive measures. Jessica? What do you feel about trademark law in this country? Copyright claims made.
Those damn punitive measures.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you. See, you were listening.
He made less than he paid.
Yeah, look at you.
This is, like, this drive review.
Yeah.
Is just a train wreck. A car crash, if you will.
Yes, I will. I fucking will. Absolutely. We should review a train theme movie. We did, Super 8. That movie had a train in it.
Yeah.
A big part of it was the train. We should review more train-specific movies, like Murder on the Orient Express.
Why am I thinking of E.T.?
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. You're thinking of E.T. because Super 8 was an alien film with a child protagonist directed by Steven Spielberg.
Sure. What train am I thinking of? I don't know. Weird. Sure, we can do train-centric movies for my
Planes,
little,
Trains, and Automobiles.
My fucking weird boyfriend.
Yeah. The Polar Express, The Taking of Pelham 123.
We did Glass. There was a scene on a train.
Well, there was a scene on a train, kind of.
The train was like a
Unbreakable.
important...
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay.
So did you see the Polar Express?
Polar Express.
That was a cute one.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Taking of Pelham 123.
Wasn't there it was either Bruce Willis or Liam Neeson, and they did like a weird train.
Oh yeah, they were.
I think it was Liam
Neeson. He was stuck on the train the entire time.
Yes.
It was called.
That was good.
What?
I don't know. It was like, I think it was a New York City, or the Metro North train. I'm pretty sure it was in New York.
Maybe I thought it was in Canada.
And I'm pretty sure it was like, was it? It wasn't The Taking of Pelham 123. What was that?
No.
I don't know.
No,
I'm
they made a remake of The Taking of Pelham 123 with John Travolta.
Yes.
It was originally
I think
made
you made
in the
me
70s.
watch the original one.
Yes, with Robert Shaw.
I did see that.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah,
I think the remake had Denzel in it.
A lot of trains. Oh, Prehistoria 2 had a train set in it.
Didn't Back to the Future 3 have a train? Isn't that how they got up to 88 miles an hour when they went back to like 1880 something?
I don't know.
What am I looking up? Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Taking Pelham 123, Liam Neeson, train movie. Got there. I don't have any money.
Because I was going to say, I'm pretty sure
What
it
I
had
do
like a
have
New York...
There's a train ticket.
It had a New York
Please let me on.
reference
I'm going to be late
to it in
The
the
Commuter.
title. Okay, yeah.
It is not a New York reference. I thought it was in Canada or England or something, but that... Let's see. The Commuter film.
I'm so sick of being wrong all the time.
No, you might be right. Let's see.
Okay.
Unwittingly recruited into a murder conspiracy. Yiddy yiddy yada yada.
I did like that.
Etc. Etc. Ha ha ha! No, never mind. Sorry.
Oh.
I saw the word New York, but the film premiered in New York City.
Shit.
Ha ha ha! Taking the Hudson line from Tarrytown to Grand Central.
I knew it!
There you go.
Because I remember, I was like, this is where I live.
I do!
I was here.
Yeah, I could do guess.
Jesus Christ. All right. Yeah, that was a good
I don't have
list.
any money. Please let me on the train. Please.
I remember I literally met up with my friend one time, and I saw him, and he was like, hey, like, I had a plan to go to the bathroom the entire train ride, and now that you're here, I feel uncomfortable doing that, so will you pay for my ticket? And I was like,
You should feel more uncomfortable.
no. Yeah, I was like, go to the bathroom, and he was like, okay, but I'm serious, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. So, like, we literally spoke for, like, 10 minutes, and then he went to the bathroom for the rest of the thing. That was the weirdest. Looking back, that was weird.
You need to stop befriending homeless people. Exclusively homeless people.
Yeah. It's funny because the person wasn't homeless at the time, but now they definitely give off a super homeless vibe.
Sounds like they were homeless at the time.
They weren't.
Sounds like they were. Sounds like they were living on the train, Jessica.
Another friend that I know now does live under a train station.
Okay, no one lives under a train.
No, he lives under a train station, like under the bridge or something, like a troll.
What do you mean under a train station? What is there under the train station? The ground. The tracks.
My other friend told me about it, so I
God.
don't know. He didn't really paint a vivid picture.
He lives on the International Space Station. He lives under a bridge, you mean? He lives underneath a bridge where a train goes above it.
I need to...
He's a railway bum.
He's a railway cat.
Yeah, Skimbleshanks.
Of the railway station.
Yeah,
right.
so...
My God.
Drive.
This is the worst review we've ever done. I don't think we have much to say
Jessica,
about Drive.
this is the worst episode we've ever done. Forget about movie reviews. This might be the worst thing we've ever done.
This is one of the funner filming sessions, I'd say, though.
We're
Recording
not filming anything.
We should be filming. I keep saying
We shouldn't be.
We have a really nice teal couch that I think would make a great statement piece in our
It's
video.
not teal.
Yes, it is.
No, it's darker than teal.
You're so fucking stupid.
It's a dark turquoise. Yeah, get shit on.
Yeah, all right.
Get Shrek'd. That's all we have.
I'll give you that. Are we
That's
done?
all
No,
we fucking
you don't want to give it.
Would you recommend Drive? I don't fucking know.
No. Well, I don't know.
Look at what it's done to us. If you want to tear your family apart.
Drive has derailed us. Can I do a train? Is that...
No, man, because this isn't a
Okay.
train-specific movie.
This movie has T-boned
There you go.
my sense of reality.
Great.
I don't know. It was a fine movie. Again, it was a slow burn. So, like, if you want, like, a fun, fast-paced action flick, this is not the one.
Yeah.
But also, the people that like a kind of, like, a slower movie don't like this weird, gritty bullshit. Like, there was a lot of murder.
I don't know.
There was a lot of murder in a short succession, too. Like, it was just, like, boom, boom, boom,
It
boom,
packed
dead.
a lot into
Yeah.
a
Like,
shorter period of time.
it was weird. Also, Ryan Gosling... To me, I don't know if he's just a bad actor or he chooses roles that are really boring. But Ryan Gosling for me was so like, bleh.
Yeah, I
didn't care for him.
I don't know if I'd say he's a bad actor, but I also don't think I'd say he's a good actor.
Yeah, like he kind of.
That's what I feel
He
about
was
Ryan
fine in The
Gosling.
Big Short. Like he wasn't a bad actor in that, but he needs to play
Jack
like
to the tits.
he needs to play like a normal dude, I guess, because
Mm.
with this it was like he was trying to do a Jason Statham, Liam Neeson, Bruce Willis. Like he was trying to be that guy, and he's not that guy, and it did not fly for me.
Yeah.
But also, like, he was depicted as a capable dude, so he did accomplish everything that he set out to, but he wasn't very he wasn't very threatening about it, and he wasn't very intimidating. Like, with Liam Neeson, like, whenever anyone walks into a room with Liam Neeson, I'm like, he'll get him, he'll fucking get him. But with this, I was like, could go either way, I don't know.
Yeah. All right, well.
But I did enjoy watching it.
And you would or would not recommend it?
I purposely, like, did not see this movie up until now. Like, I made the conscious choice not to see it.
You didn't even know what this movie was until we saw it. You thought it
But
was a
every time
Scandinavian
I'd-
Holocaust movie.
Sure. But I don't know. This one's up to you, dear reader.
All right.
You
fucking figure it out. That's our review.
What do
Watch
you think?
it and you tell us what you think.
What do you think?
Yeah, I'd probably recommend it.
You would.
It is violent. I would say if you don't like gratuitous violence and a lot of blood, if you don't like Tarantino movies because there's too much violent gore, don't watch this movie.
Mm-hmm.
But if that doesn't bother you or you like that, go for it. It's not that long.
Again,
there's nothing about it that's horrible.
I didn't find it too slow.
It's on Netflix.
Like,
Fucking go
I
for
wasn't
it.
bored.
Yeah.
And
So there you go.
the violence didn't, like, offend me, but I am also not a big violence person. So I agree with you. Like, it was... All of the elements that we dislike about it weren't enough to make me not recommend it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go. See you later, pod racers.
Bye!